Hi everyone, so yeah, as I said in one of my previous videos, I'm going to give you a brief overlook of what I've got going on in this sort of little room here where I keep all my films, show you how I've got everything set up, and I'll start doing like a shelf by shelf, just going through all the titles that I've got on the shelves there, so you can see what I've got in the collection. Yeah, let's go. Okay, so this is my my little sort of collection room here. You can see all the titles on the shelves. Yeah, there's a big old bit of plasterboard just sitting there, which I'll explain why in a second. But yeah, basically this is where I've been hibernating through winter. So whereas I like to sit in the garage and watch things on a massive screen in a projector system there I've got set up. This one's where it's a bit too cold over winter time. I'll just get myself a little chair in here, little footstool, projector set up over on this corner, and yeah, basically just project onto this board. Very basic setup. It's just a little bit of old off-cut of plasterboard on a couple of stands that I bought, and these stands are basically where I've archived loads of films. So there's a drawer of films in there, ones that I've had on the shelf for so long but I've not got to watch yet, so that's still my to watch pile in there. And then underneath here is all the ones I have watched, but again, common titles are ones I'm not going to watch very often, so I'll just keep those tucked away in there. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see okay. This is high up on the shelf on the back wall. So this shelf here, or this whole wall basically, is just films that I watch all the time. Films that I would class as some of my favourite films, like I said before, good or bad, but yeah, I'll go through each one and just slide them out so you can see what I've got. So the first one tucked in this corner here, if I can get it out, is 8mm with Nick Cage. I had to get this imported in a box set, a Nick Cage box set, but yeah, I remember really enjoying this one back in the day. It's been a while since I've watched it, but yeah, that was the first one on the shelf. Next one is 10 Cloverfield Lane. Yeah, enjoyed this one. Saw the original Cloverfield at the cinema, and thought this was a pretty good follow-up. Next one here, 16 Blocks with Bruce Willis. Again, another one I watched in the cinema back in the day and enjoyed it. So yeah, go back to that one a few times. This one, John Cena in 12 rounds, just big dumb action, but yeah, enjoy this one. This one I haven't watched in quite a while, but I remember it being pretty good. It's a 21, about the card counting I think it is, but yeah, that's another one. Next one, 127 Hours from Danny Boyle. Yeah, enjoyed this. I watched this not that long ago, or rewatched it not long ago, still holds up. Then we've got the 1917, so yeah, Sam Mendes, that's a good film, enjoy that one. About Time, so this is one of the ones that surprised me. I didn't think I'd enjoy this one, but actually it's actually a really good story. It's a bit sci-fi, it's not quite the rom-com that it looks like from the cover. Yeah, enjoy that one. Another one that came in that Nick Cage imported box set I picked up. So Adaptation, one of my favourites from Nick Cage from early on in sort of I think early 2000s, late 90s. Then we've got Alien on 4K. Alien box set with all the 4 movies in on Blu Ray. Alien Covenant. Alien vs Predator. Alien vs Predator 2. Alien Nation, which I really enjoy this one. I used to watch the TV series back in the day when I had Sky. I was probably in the 90s somewhere, I guess. That was a really good TV show. I've got it on DVD somewhere. But this is the movie they did from that series. Another import now, which is All Dogs Go to Heaven, one I used to have when I was young on VHS. One of my all-time favourites, 4K of Almost Famous, really good film. Another import, Along Came a Spider, with Morgan Freeman. So yeah, one of these sort of like early 2000 thrillers, which I really enjoy. I believe this is the sequel to Kiss the Girls, which I've got somewhere further down on the collection. 4K of Amazing Spider-Man. 4K of Amazing Spider-Man 2. I like this film. It gets a lot of hate, but I actually really like this one. The new Michael Bay movie, Ambulance. Yeah, enjoyed that. Thought it was pretty good. Always liked Jake Gyllenhaal. American Animals, another one that I found fairly recently over the last few years that, yeah, first time watching I really enjoyed. American Beauty. So, yeah, I haven't seen it in years, but I remember that being really good. American History X, quite a classic with Ed Norton. You all know the scene that you're going to wince with that one. American Psycho, Christian Bale, pretty good. American Sniper, Bradley Cooper, that was really good. Now this one, I'd question whether it's going to stay on my shelf, but And Soon the Darkness, yeah, it was alright. I think I was hoping for more with this one. I might take that one off the shelf at some point, but for now it's still up there. So this one's a media book, which I had to import. I used to have this on DVD, I watched it all the time. So this is Angel Eyes with Jennifer Lopez. It's quite a good quite a good like drama, police drama. But yeah, maybe I'll go through that one individually on another video. And we've got, oh, can't even see what this one is. There we go, Ant-Man. And we've got 4K Apocalypse Now Final Cut. It's got 4 discs, I think, in this set. Let's have a look. 3 discs, 4 discs, 6 discs. Okay, 6 disc set. Yeah, different cuts of the film. Okay, so just had to move the angle so you can still see what's going on. Apologies if you're cutting some of these off at the start there. It's really hard to get the angle right up on the top. It's so high up in this room here. But yeah, we'll carry on from where we left off, which I think was somewhere around here. So yeah, Apollo 13, another classic. So basically what I do in this thing, every now and again I'll go through and put some side on like this or drop them down. All that means is just that they're due a rewatch for me because I haven't seen them in so long, and I need to make sure I want to keep watching the ones that I think I enjoy a lot, just to make sure they're going to stay on the shelf here. So this one is Arlington Road. So yeah, I remember years and years ago watching this one, really enjoying it. Jeff Bridges and Tim Robbins, but haven't seen it in such a long time. Then we've got the 4K of Arrival. Got the Avatar, got a lenticular front on that one. And then we've got the 4K of Infinity War. Saw that in 40x, that was pretty good. And we've got Endgame. And we've got Baby Driver. And then we've got Babylon. Shout out to Blu Ray Movies. I was watching his channel, his shelf videos, and he actually recommended this one off his shelf. I probably wouldn't have touched it otherwise. I didn't really have any interest in it. I never really saw anything about it. But yeah, watched this one and really enjoyed it, so I ended up picking it up on 4K. Back to the Future trilogy. Bad Boys trilogy. Another Nick Cage, Bad Lieutenant. Basic Instinct from Paul Van Hoven. You got the Batman first 4 movies, I suppose. So the 1989, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, Batman and Robin. Batman Returns on 4K. I got this one on 4K because Batman Returns was one of the first movies I ever got when I was younger. I first collected on VHS, so that's the one that has a special sort of place for me. Then we got the Nolan's trilogy on 4K. Then we got Batman vs Superman, the Ultimate Edition. And probably my two favourite animated Batman movies, the Dark Knight Returns, followed by Dark Knight Returns Part 2. Then we've got the 4K of the new Batman, another classic from back in the day, batteries not included. Another movie that gets a lot of hate, Battleship. I don't know, I've only seen it the once, but I remember that time I enjoyed it. I just had this thing, going through the surround as usual and up on a big screen. That was pretty entertaining. It does need a rewatch, I suppose, but yeah, I enjoyed that. A Disney classic now from back in the day, Beauty and the Beast. 4K of Beetlejuice, another one I had when I was young. Behind Enemy Lines with Owen Wilson and Gene Hackman. Another favourite of mine, being John Malkovich. Beverly Hills Cop Trilogy. Black Hawk Down. Black Swamp. Blade on 4K. The Blade Trilogy. The only reason I got the trilogy is because I found it for $4.99 online. I think it's an import version, but they all play on UK players, as far as I remember. Blade Runner, the final cut. Blade Runner 2049. Another fairly recent watch for me. First time watch was The Blue Lagoon. Really enjoyed that one, hadn't seen that before. Blue Valentine, which I need to rewatch, but Ryan Gosling. Body of Evidence. Bohemian Rhapsody. The Bone Collector. Boogie Nights. Book of Eli. Boy Next Door. And The Brave One. Okay, this is the end of the shelf here on the first shelf. So we got to The Brave One. Brawl in Cell Block 99. The Breakfast Club. Brick, which is another one I've had to lay down because it's been so long since I've seen it. I remember enjoying it back in the day. Brightburn. Broken Arrow. A Bug's Life. Bumblebee on 4K. Buried. The Butterfly Effect, the Director's Cut. Carlito's Way on 4K. Captain America Winter Soldier. Casino. Casper. I like this cover art on here. So again, I think it's an American import, but it plays just fine on UK players. Castaway. Another one of my favourites, Children of Men. If you've not seen this one, definitely worth watching. And Chloe. Don't hear many people talk about this one, but I remember enjoying this one quite a lot back in the day. Liam Neeson, Julianne Moore. Yeah, really good, kind of thriller. City of Angels. Another Nick Cage one from the early 2000s, late 90s. Clash of the Titans, the remake. Cliffhanger. Close Encounters. Cloverfield. Cocoon. Collateral. Collateral Damage, Colour Out of Space, found that in a charity shop for £1, just when it came out actually as well. The Colour Purple, the original, Commando Director's Cut, Communion, Christopher Walken, Compliance, Congo, another one I used to have on VHS when I was young, remember that, it's really good. Contact, and the last one on the shelf one, Copland. So that's shelf 1. Yeah, I'll carry on and do shelf 2 on another video. Hope you've enjoyed looking through the first shelf. There's a few different sections that I've separated off. So I've got comedy separate, I've got horror separate on the other side of the room. So if you're wondering where American Pie is, that's on a different section, for example. But yeah, you'll see those as we go through the collection video by video. So yeah, thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you again on the next one. Bye.